I'm Alex. I grew up in Gasper County. Really small place. I grew up in church. Grew up right next to church. Literally right next to church. Like, we walked to church every day. And to be honest, I really liked it. Like, I liked being involved in church all the time. I got to do all kinds of stuff. I went on trips, like international trips. And local stuff, like working in kids groups and stuff like that. And so growing up, I don't know, it really mattered. My faith really mattered to me, and I don't really remember a time when it didn't. When I came to Jesus, that part's not really clear because it was always kind of there. I also was really interested in science, and I had a telescope and I used to stargaze all the time. First time I ever discovered YouTube, I watched a Nat Geo clip of the Serengeti, and so it was weird, but for me it was like I was super excited that now I have this YouTube as a platform where I can just watch nature documentaries whenever I want, sort of, which I know makes me a nerd, but whatever. I kind of have this attitude that I kind of have to keep science in a pen. I can't really enjoy it, or really, I guess not enjoy it, but really pursue the big questions, because if I did that, I would lose my faith, was my thought. You have to just accept that God will answer it for you when you get to heaven, was kind of my attitude. The interesting part was going off to university and taking a science degree. And I kind of still did the same thing. I kind of kept science in a pen so that it wouldn't devour my faith, until one of my friends, I don't even remember who it is to be honest, but they gave me one of Lee Strobel's books, The Case for a Creator. The main thing that stood out is that there are people who do that, who do what I was afraid to do, basically, who actually explore the big questions, and even in many cases, there are even PhDs who study microbiology or cosmology or whatever, and they, in some cases, they come to faith in God from what they research. And so that's when I finally got to, in my mind, I got to actually really have a full relationship with God, I guess. I wasn't putting off things. I wasn't ignoring parts of myself that I actually enjoyed, and that it turns out it's just the way God made me, and that's okay. I just kind of came to this realization that God's not at all threatened by the big questions that are raised at all. I can do all of the exploring and discovering I want to do, and that God, for me at least, God kind of encourages it. Now I finally have gotten to the point where I'm so not threatened and not afraid that I'll listen to atheists discuss things, and again, still here, still believe in God. As someone who really likes science and teaches science, it gets presented as this is the ultimate truth, but it's way more complicated than that, and there's a lot more information that is often readily shared. I guess I'm happy to say that my faith is just it started as faith, and then this has kind of supplemented it, but there's a lot of knowledge and information that contributes to it. And then I think, for me anyway, it gives me a different picture of God. I don't want to say more complete, because I would assume that my view was correct, but it just gives me a broader picture of God, because now I'm looking at it not just as the God who sends Jesus and does all of that, but the God who designed the super intricate human body. And if the questions are there, the answers are there as well, and people don't have to be nervous or afraid of what they'll find. It's really challenging, and it's often very challenging. And I guess that's what I hope, is that at some point, even if it's just with my own kids, that all of the information I've learned and can pass on will go somewhere, not just in my own head. It's not the case, as my evolution professor in university alluded to, that only uneducated people believe in God. And hopefully, I guess ultimately, I just hope that people get that. And so doubting is not really like a big deal to me anyway. It's not like a super scary thing to like doubt and question. I've had lots of like questions and doubts that when I pray about them, they get, like up to this point, they have all gotten resolved. I just really like to make really informed decisions, and God helps me do that with my family, with my job, with like my interest in science and stuff. Like, I really appreciate that God is willing to like walk through like adding to my understanding and knowledge and like capacity to love and capacity to show love and all of that stuff, that when I have questions or when I'm in a mood or when I like am struggling, whatever, like He is always one that help me make the best decision. Not that I always do it or make the best decision, but I really appreciate that my relationship with God is one that He'll, as long as I'm not neglectful, but that's my fault, He'll always be there to help that process. Yeah. I'm gonna be, well, I am outnumbered. We're having another little girl. And I hope that she, and maybe people watching this, they're not quite as like threatened like I was, I guess, and that you can just kind of enjoy the wonderful parts of believing in God and not be bogged down by all the like fear and doubt and all that stuff.